greet you all in the name of our Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ. Come to talk about my Makitala. You know that Psalm 90 says our allotted stand is 70. For those who are too young to understand that, it's 70 years. So I often joke that somewhere 8 years in overtime. Mother, you've managed 22 years of overtime. And you know, people want to say that your day is marked and there's nothing you can do about it, that day's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe in that. When God has a use for you, He keeps you. When you put yourself at His disposal, He uses you. And I want to thank the Lord for all the years that God has used you, Mother, with music and the many other things you've done. It's been a wonderful experience to know you. And I wanted to share from Proverbs chapter 31, because I think it's a very apt description. It's a passage in the Bible that many ladies are afraid of, are scared of, or don't like. But I'm going to read from chapter 31, verse 10, on who can find a virtuous wife, for her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax, and willingly works with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She also rises while it is yet night, and provides food for her household, and a portion for her maidservants. She considers a field and buys it. From her profits she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength, and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good, and her lamp does not go out by night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hand holds the spindle. She extends her hand to the poor, yet she reaches out her hands to the needy. Many daughters have done well, but you exceed them all. Charm is deceitful and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Amen to the reading of God's holy word. And those words, rather, they apply to you today. And we thank you that God has spared you for so many years. You know, I remember when I first met this young lady called Bernadine. There were all sorts of rumours going around about this character that she got involved with, and she was nervous about taking me home to introduce me. And then she was invited to go to Australia, and I rather forced the issue, and it went right to the night before she left. She had to take me to go and introduce me to her parents. And I was received well. And she was gone 2 to 3 weeks. And you know, some accuse us English of being devious. And I'm the first to admit it. That's how we get things done. Bernie was away 2 or 3 weeks. My work took me through Manzini many times. And of course, Thelma and Leslie had a lovely shop called Trust Trading Store. And what an apt name that was, right here in Manzini. So I used to pull in there and spend 20 minutes, half an hour talking to Auntie Thelma and getting to know her. So by the time Bernie came back, I had my feet firmly planted under the table. There is no going back there. But just in closing, I also learned how much my mother-in-law loves me. Because when I came close to the age of retirement, and I was still working in other Africa, Mozambique and Malawi, and I'd been asked at work for another 2 years, but there was a change in policy in the company, and I was told no, in 6 months' time, when you reach 66, you must retire and go home. So I was visiting, and we were at the farm, and I can still remember standing on the lawn looking at the veranda, and Mother was standing there, the edge of the veranda, and Bernie went up to her and said, "It is coming home. He's been told he's got to retire, he's coming home." And she actually did a jigger. Thank you, Mum. Thank you for being the wonderful mother you are, and the blessing you have been to us as a family and to us as a church. May God bless you more and more. Amen.
And with that, I'd just like to call our pastor at this time.